Good evening. Welcome to another edition of the Guyana Learning Channel's News in Capsule for Tuesday, December 7, 2021. In the news tonight, train teachers to receive their permanent certificate, and 500,000 ounces of gold exported for 2021. In the world of sports, Guyana Jaguars rebranded regionally. Motley wins top environmental award, and internationally, U.S. diplomats to boycott 2022 Olympics. And now for the details. The Ministry of Education, in a statement on Monday evening, announced that over 400 teachers will receive their long-awaited Trained Teacher Certificate. The statement noted that Minister of Education Priya Manikchand gave directives to the Chief Education Officer to grant a waiver for the issuance of permanent certificates to all teachers who have completed 5 years of post-training. It was revealed that since the COVID-19 pandemic plagued the country, the ministry found it difficult to utilize the normal procedure for the issuance of certificates, and resulted in teachers having to apply and wait to be issued with their certificates, of which a significant number are still awaiting. The new waiver will see these teachers being issued their long-awaited certificates in a timely manner. The Chief Education Officer is expected to issue a memo during the week with further updates on the matter. Guyana's mineral exports are up after a roller coaster year, with 500,000 ounces of gold estimated to have been exported so far for this year, and over 27,000 metric carats of diamonds expected to be exported by the end of the year. These figures were revealed by President Dr. Irfan Ali during his keynote address to Harvard Business School virtual workshop on Monday, where he addressed representatives from hundreds of facilities all around the world. In addition to this, the president noted that in diamond, for the period of January to September 2021, the country exported approximately 20,000 metric carats, while the estimate for October to December of this year is a further 7,500 metric carats. According to the Finance Ministry's mid-year report for 2021, diamond declarations had improved in the first half of 2021. It grew by 166.3% to an impressive 18,432 metric carats. Gold has also been on the increase over the past couple of years. Last year, small and medium-scale miners were able to up their production to 485,552 ounces of gold, representing 75% of the country's total production. 584,291 ounces of gold were declared to the Guyana Gold Board in 2020. The Guyana Gold and Diamond Miners Association had highlighted that the contributions made by these stakeholders, noting that it amounts to US $808,587,118 in export earnings, compared to US $619 million earned in 2019. The achievement was especially laudable, the organization said, given the challenges brought on by the COVID-19 pandemic. While 2020 saw reduced gold declarations compared to the previous year, it did see a number of gold finds. For instance, Australia-based mining company Alicanto Minerals made its first ever gold find in Guyana in November, only days after another mining company, Troy Resources, had announced that it had found gold deposits underground. This piece was extracted from iNews. And now in the world of sports. For the upcoming senior male regional tournaments and those in foreseeable future, the Guyana Jaguars will have a new name, Guyana Amazon Jaguars, and the franchise will now be under the full control of the Guyana Cricket Board (GCB) instead of the private entity Cricket Guyana Inc. GCB President Bisundial Singh made this announcement at the weekend when the body held its first official media briefing since taking office in March 2021. At the over 2-hour-long engagement held at the Grand Coastal Hotel East Coast Demerara, a wide range of plans and a vision for the board were shared with local media operatives. Singh explained that contractual issues which are currently engaging the attention of the courts is the reason which prompted the name change. The move is also aimed at creating new contracts for players and the coaches, and also getting access to the cricket development funds from CWI. CGI was created when CWI launched its professional cricket league for senior male 40 and 50 over cricket in 2014. CGI managed all the affairs of the Jaguars and subsequently started a local academy in which players outside of the 15 contracted Guyana Jaguars players were paid monthly salaries from CGI. The contracted Guyana Jaguars players were also paid through CGI, but their monthly salaries, match and tour fees were catered for by CWI. This piece was extracted from the newsroom. And now for news in the region. The Prime Minister of Barbados has been awarded the UN's highest environmental honor for her work highlighting the threat from rising sea levels to small islands around the world. Mia Mottley was described as a driving force for climate action across Latin America and the Caribbean, who has set ambitious environmental targets for her country, including a fossil fuel-free electricity sector by 2030. Rising temperatures and sea levels are affecting Barbados by shrinking its already limited water supply, forcing villages to relocate from the coastline and contaminating existing freshwater reserves with seawater. The award marks the conclusion of a remarkable week for Miss Mottley, who led the ceremonies as Barbados stopped pledging allegiance to the UK's Queen Elizabeth II and became a republic for the first time in its history. In recognition of her leadership, Miss Mottley was named as one of the 4 winners of the award, all women, announced on Monday by the UN's Environment Programme. The announcement came after Ms. Mottley delivered a stark warning to the UN's climate change conference in November, telling delegates that 2 degrees Celsius rise in global temperatures above pre-industrial levels would be a death sentence for nations such as Antigua and the Maldives, Fiji, and Barbados. This piece was extracted from iNews. And on the international scene, the US has announced a diplomatic boycott of the 2022 Winter Olympics in Beijing, China. The White House said no official delegation would be sent to the Games because of concerns about China's human rights record. But it said US athletes could attend and would have the government's full support. China has previously said it will take resolute countermeasures in the event of a boycott. US President Joe Biden said last month that he was weighing up a diplomatic boycott of the event. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki confirmed the boycott on Monday, saying that the administration would not contribute to the fanfare of the Olympics. The Biden administration's diplomatic boycott of the 2022 Winter Olympics falls far short of a previous US boycott in 1980, when it pulled its athletes out of Moscow Olympics to protest against the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan the previous year. Ms. Psaki said the US government did not feel it was the right step to penalize athletes who had been training for the moment, but that not sending an official US delegation to the 2022 Games could send a clear message. The US is itself due to hold the Summer Olympics in 2028 in Los Angeles. Both Democratic and Republican lawmakers have called for the boycott as a means to protest against Chinese human rights abuses. This piece was extracted from the BBC. With that, we've reached the end of tonight's broadcast. You can catch another edition of GLC News right here on the Guyana Learning Channel every night at 8 p.m. On behalf of the technical team, thank you for watching, and remember to protect yourself and the people you love. Get vaccinated today.